All right, welcome back to Overrated and Underrated. And I'm here with,
Shashank, Kalanithi.
and what do you do?
I am a senior data analyst at Nordstrom, and I do YouTube on the side.
Okay, sweet. And where can people find you?
They can find me on YouTube, Shashank Kalanithi. It's pretty hard to spell, so we'll leave it in the description below.
Okay, sounds good. Or you can guess, either way.
Sure.
Just kidding, it'll be in the description down below. All right, so I'm gonna ask you a series of questions. You can say whether it's overrated, underrated, or properly rated. All right, we're gonna start with the term AI.
Overrated. Very
Why?
overrated. I think it's come to encompass a lot of things that it actually isn't for a lot of people. And there is this idea that it can solve issues that we fundamentally don't have the data for, or don't have like clean enough data to, fully solve. That being said, as I was saying that, I just remembered GPT-3 and how there's someone made like a version of it that can create SQL queries for you, apparently with some, pretty amazing degree of accuracy. So I will still probably say overrated, like in the context of broader human society, but underrated in certain very niche tasks.
All right, fair enough. How about Power BI?
Power BI, underrated. A lot of people get focused on AI and ML, and when their businesses aren't even doing basic automated BI, like a lot of your BI work should be automated. And you should have the ability for directors and VPs to get reports instantly. And I actually argue that directors and VPs should know how to use Power BI or Tableau, And I would especially say, given that Power BI is free and does everything that Tableau does, severely underrated.
Not on Mac though.
Not on Mac though. That is true. It is not on Mac. But what company of size doesn't have access to PCs?
Good point. All right, Panda Express. Overrated or underrated?
Ooh, Panda Express. And I properly rated as something over there too, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
Within the groups of friends I hang out with, I would say properly rated, where it's like, we're not going out of our way to go to a Panda Express, but, General Tso's chicken, orange chicken, like, it hits the spot at certain times, but, we're obviously not celebrating going to Panda Express.
All right, sweet. How about Marvel?
Marvel, ooh, that is a difficult one. Overrated from the perspective of anyone not directly financially involved with Marvel. If you're directly financially involved with Marvel, it is underrated. It is insane how it was able to basically. They're making $1 billion a movie, So from a financial perspective, underrated. From a everything else perspective, completely overrated. I personally, Iron Man, the first one, is still my favorite Marvel movie. Like, I like small, contained stories. And the original Iron Man was actually a great critique of the American military-industrial complex while still being a entertaining movie. And I think they lost that as the movies became more of a spectacle than anything.
All right, fair enough. How about linear regression?
I'd say properly rated. Whenever the number of memes I see that say machine learning says it's machine learning does linear regression kind of goes to show that people are using it a lot. And any data scientist worth their salt, I would think, would start off with that, when it makes sense to use the problem, and then gradually increase the complexity of their solution. So in my experience, properly rated.
Okay, I like it. How about the bar graph?
Severely underrated. The bar graph is the single greatest graph ever created. Pie charts shouldn't exist. They have almost no use cases. Very, very few, but almost none. Unless you're making a pun about a bar graph of your favorite pies or a pie chart of your favorite bars as a percentage of awesomeness.
So good pie chart, underrated for memes. Bar chart, underrated total.
Yes. Almost everything should be a bar chart. I'm actually coming up with a video soon where I go over the different types of charts and what you can do with them. And at the end of the day, most use cases can be solved with a bar chart.
All right, I like it. How about cold messaging?
Cold messaging, for recruiting?
For anything.
For anything, severely underrated. It can be very depressing to message someone and then not receive a response. But at the end of the day, it's all anyone who's not super well connected has sometimes. So severely underrated.
All right, last one. GitHub.
GitHub. Underrated by data analysts, properly rated by everyone else. In my experience, data analysts don't use GitHub as much as they probably should. Or fairly new data scientists. But again, I don't think I've met an engineer that isn't regularly committing to GitHub. Plus, it's a great tool to show companies consistency in your work and the improvement over time of your work. So properly rated in the workplace, underrated as a tool of personal improvement. There you go.
All right, sweet. And any hot takes to end it?
Ooh. iPhones are severely underrated. The amount of work that goes into making an
Really?
iPhone, what it is enormously underrated. At the end of the day, this is a computing platform, right, that came out of nowhere. And it's a computing platform where Apple not only owns the design, they work incredibly closely with the factories. They don't own the factories, but they're the biggest supplier of the factories, which leads to them like having fewer chip shortages than anyone else. They design their own chips. And that is a severely underrated thing for a hardware assembler to do. You know, like companies like Samsung and stuff are typically seen as like hardware assemblers. And the ability for them to optimize whatever tasks they want to optimize when they want to optimize them, severely underrated.
There you go. Thank you so much.
Had a great time. Thank you.